and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yay!
Professional children at the table with probably too much sugar.
In liquid,
That's what this is.
in liquid form.
Cookies.
Our drinks are awfully low to be starting up the recording.
We got art to look at now because there's a new character on the board and she's fluffy.
We do have a new piece of art here, and so I'm going to turn it on here.
Now, how much are you showing? Is
I'm showing the full shot of
with what she
what she's chasing. Yeah. This is the artist's name is Oki, goes by Oki Deer, and look for the details on the link below. And they go by he, they, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah. So what is exactly Todd chasing?
So this is Todd in her former not life, where she's wrangling the Sorrowsworn that have escaped the stables. In this case, this is actually one of the canonical Sorrowsworn, the Wretcheds. They are the little fuckers. And
you know, pretty much everyone in the Feywild calls them that. It's like, why do they even exist? As they continue to run around.
Why do we even have that river?
Says the guy in the stables.
So anyway, it's brilliant. It's super awesome that we've got new art for Todd so early and bringing Todd into the game and really enjoying the character, and I hope you do too. An awesome piece of art from Oki Deer. So
thank you.
Check him, they out in the links below. Also, we've got JD Arts, who has done who's
a lot of our stuff.
Has done a lot of our stuff. We have Corinne Mill. And we also have
I think that,
all your models and stuff that you
RPG Elements. Go check out the list below. It's growing rapidly. You know,
we get a lot of people.
Has been very kind to us this guy.
We're not sponsors, but just like their stuff.
We have our Patreon. Please go check out our Patreon. You can influence the game. Nicholas will come from the will come from the very top.
We're all gonna die
and kill me. So anyway,
yeah. She's wanted to for a while.
EG is Nicholas.
Wait, please tell me that's not foretold.
Yeah, there you go.
We're trying to stop Ragnarok.
Yeah, there you go. Essentially.
What if that's what stops Ragnarok?
You
what
killing
X?
I mean, X incompetence has caused a lot of problems.
And with
I wasn't here for this, so I have no idea what
I'm going to save myself
in months. I love that it's still there.
and hit the button.
Bye.
I cannot help but notice the world is not the same as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane. For what's beyond the veil, too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me. Together we roll, I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll.
Last time we left our intrepid adventurers.
Oh shit, we've left our intrepid adventurers.
I knew we forgot something. Turn this airship around.
Where are we
I forgot my
somewhere?
second skin.
I am so lost.
Here.
Fine.
The Silver Menagerie woke up after resetting the universe. Or at least a golden cold ball resetting the universe. A second Big Bang that theoretically killed you, but restarted the universe and brought your minds to your current universe's minds, causing all sorts of questions to pop up. Where are we? What time is it? How long until the end of the world? Answer is 7 years.
We pull out the cartridge, blew on it, did the thing, we didn't put it in all the way, and then smack it down.
Right, no. You gotta pull it out so that it barely clips the edge as you push it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking from experience.
Left, right, left,
Really
left, right,
uncomfortable
up,
with
down,
you.
left, right.
Up, down, left,
Broadcasting
right.
your
I messed it up. Anyway.
Konami code.
And... Sorry.
And the universe is restarted to this sound.
This
I
is
was thinking
now an
more like a
ASMR
flushing
channel.
sound, alright?
World's quietest.
The Silver Menagerie, after gathering your senses, having a little bit of a day off, reintroducing your characters, except for Sparks, because Sparks decided to... What?
It was the cord.
Oh, I see.
Please silence all electronic devices.
No,
before resetting.
it literally sounded like one of those airplane things.
Yes. Oh, he's got his device charging here, and the dog.
In
was-
public, and we're filming it.
Yes, that's why we have
Reintroducing characters in the now first city of two of Hartkun, the City of Roses, under the Colossal Rose, a mega construct that is of a dragon form that is now in its constant sleep as it gave its heart to the city, is for its civilization to have a head start, a well-needed head start as it broke away. Through the shenanigans of doing the, or I should say, re-celebration of the Day of Giving, as you guys successfully pushed away Verosian forces.
What?
I forgot about the statue.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
a statue proud in every way with Vedic leading the charge on the statue.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There was a
It's fine. He
green.
looks like a fish now.
It's a glitch, okay?
And actually, the fish.
There were
talks.
several.
Right.
Yeah, there were
Thanks for
several. Not glitches, but
What?
Paradoxes.
paradoxes that were resolved in various ways. Some in changeable of armor, some history. Others got statues in their name that happened to be with the rest of the group. Todd joined the group shortly after, having Nicholas given her final goodbye in the form of Todd. With various postcards of "Please do this, or I will mentally fuck you," or she just
murder.
shank you.
Just
Also
yeah.
a good luck note. Quick. Someone's got to keep them in line.
With the
Reset
statue
one.
now led by a draconic fish person. That's also a wizard.
Is that where we're going with?
Look, I have art, okay, and I need to express it.
Having a conversation in a local bar and being energetically invited to a cup of tea with a familiar beholder that is in the Codell dynasty, which you use the diplomat that is now female through the art gallery up and over, except for Sparks because you were probably going screaming somewhere else. We'll discuss you in a moment, Sparks. You're still on the hard curtain. As you had a discussion trying to figure out, due to time anomalies and misinformation and things still kind of settling in terms of across the timeline and paradoxes and the Feywild's tiny Jeremy Berry bullshit.
Jeremy Berry.
Yeah. With the help of a certain Lobby Quicks beholder, you were able to confirm that, yes, indeed, the Lord Abitafrost is dead. And the reason why there was a bit of a time shenanigans and misinformation that he might be still alive is that technically he is and he isn't. There is currently a giant time loop, almost like the eye on the Jeremy Bearimy.
The time knife, yeah, we've all seen it.
the time- Essentially, yeah, around
January.
for the next 7 years around the Raven's Keep.
It's a Tuesday?
That is your paradox. So, in your current time setting, he is dead. He's out of the picture. He's no longer pulling the strings. He's no longer fucking around on the material plane with devils, fiends, and who else knows what he was doing. And that is confirmed. And then Quinn felt a prickle on the back of his neck, almost like a sixth sense going off.
7 cents.
7 cents. Yeah,
Yes.
you have like coffee and like
34.
other things.
Yeah,
like that.
my 6 senses, I always know when there's coffee nearby. My 7th sense is something's off. My 8th sense is if there's a taco stand within a mile.
9th sense is a sense of balance. His 10th sense is a sense of time. 11th
What's
sense is
that?
a sense of irony.
Sense
What
of
about the
fashion.
sense of fashion?
Sense of fashion.
Yeah, I was
Sense of
saying
humor.
we're on the same page.
It's a
No, we're
strong
talking
sense.
about ones you had.
And Bennett,
Oh,
you had a interesting conversation with the Draconic Queen. That's it. The Draconic Queen
bitches,
Eternal
man.
is her title. Speaking her name outside of private quarters with other lords of the Dragon Realm is actually a treacherous event, which is why everyone refers to the Queen as either the Draconic Queen or the the Queen Eternal, and that's it.
What did you say that the treasonous one was?
Speaking her true name.
Outside of her.
Outside of private draconic lords, because you know of magics that would be able to pull certain people by using their names.
Yeah, on the other hand, do not pull up anything you cannot put down. Just because you've got a name doesn't mean it's a great idea to pull a draconic goddess into your
But
living room. I'm just
with
saying.
the multiverse and the expansive, and also you have a ship now. With the possible expansion of going into space, essentially, there are horror monstrosities and enemies of, well, living kind, anything sentient, that you just don't fuck around.
Let's just leave Nicholas alone.
Yes. But even with that resolve, even that with you giving, hey, let's go. Hey, you want to meet a goddess? And you go and you stopping as a voice says, the last 25 words are transmitted through the spell.
Oh god, that's right.
Quinn, while he's doing that, and even though the arcane eyes were found and dealt with, 2 of them exactly, which is strange because there was only essentially 1 pair of eyes on you, Vedek, you still feel
That's just downright insulting.
that 7th sense is still there. You're still feeling that you're being watched. Even though he has dispelled it with non-detection, you can feel eyes.
I think that's just paranoia.
What?
Maybe PTSD? No?
I called the mental help.
But you still have time. You have been invited to, even though you're in the Beholder's Tower, you are currently invited back to your abode so that you can have a conversation about stuff. It was kind of lost in translation on what was really going to go down because, you know, there was a lot of things in terms of drama between you and her. We cut to Sparks. Sparks, you're currently in the City of the Forge, experiencing the new sights, but familiar sights. It's a little weird again with the 2 minds in your body stitching themselves back together. You know it, but you don't know it. And yet you're still... You know it, but you don't know it. It's familiar, yet slightly different.
3
each step of the
paradox
way.
in current timeline.
Oh, trying to stitch himself. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like realizing that you had this words to your favorite song wrong all this time.
A little bit like that, yeah.
Oh!
You're
It's
fighting
bad being on
people,
the
you're
rise,
going to the
not
gun
bad
shop.
being on the
What
right.
are you doing in the City of the Forge as you were just being you, as you reintroduce your current character in his current time stance?
He's silver now, right?
He's wearing
I am wearing, it's like
Dwelven armor.
Dwarven armor.
Right.
A dwarf and an elf got together, were both forging, and made my armor.
And it was never spoken of again.
Yes, Dwelven armor. That makes perfect sense.
It's like
You got the strength and the rigidity of the dwarf, but you have the elegance and the lightness that permeates that of Elven.
where you mix
And it's got red hair. We don't know why.
Where you mix Art Nouveau and 80s hairstyles.
Yeah.
Just
It's suave.
Is this how you get the giant cat girls with the big hair?
Oh,
I'm still trying to figure out if it was a slumming elf or an ambitious dwarf.
One or the way or the other, it was created, so that's why.
either way, it involved a lot of drink.
This was a drunk masterpiece.
It was
Please
a
describe
dare.
your new
It
character,
was a dare.
your current character
Entered a
after
contest and they lost.
15 levels of leveling up.
Right. So, I did not prep for this, and I didn't realize I was going to have a pop quiz today. None of us ever do. Anyways. So Sparks is a really old, late war version of a Warforge. One of the very first ones that were created, I know that much. Trying to go way back, because this campaign's been going on for what, 5 years now? 4 years? Something like that?
About 2 years.
No, keep in mind, Sparks is the original, one of the original
True.
guys. So
So-
this is like 5 years.
3 years.
3 years.
4 years.
3-4 years, something like that.
time flies.
Oh my goodness. So he was a early war created Warforged that survived to late war, reanimated, and grew up in found his way into a small village from the beginning. So fast forward.
Are we talking about?
I'm just trying to find my place where to go.
Right.
Where I start
How about
from.
describe your?
I'm trying to figure out where the heck I started so I can kind of get this
Where
canonically.
to start?
What are you wearing? Where are your weapons?
Okay. Sparks is equipped with a...
He's fully functional.
Sparks is equipped and fully functional. He's completely operational in every sense of the word. No.
Tasha will be so happy.
Steam-driven pistons.
Oh, I thought we meant he had taste buds.
So,
A bunch of other things.
under the armor,
taste.
Sparks is effectively a...
metal.
Under the armor, Sparks is effectively interwoven metal and wood, almost living branches, kind of like a tree, just grown around metal and metal grown on top of it, interwoven over top of it. You're kind of, if you think like Optimus Prime, how in some of the later movies it looks like a metal man. It's kind of how it looks because when I got the Soul of Further,
Yes.
I guess is how I'm guessing that's what it is from the Arc of Cogs. That kind of worked its way into that. So, Metal Man underneath the armor. The armor is able to be taken off like normal, but it hooks into various bits and bobs. It's not actually strapped to me. It is hooked into the actual being of myself. So it makes for repairs much easier.
So you got vines in you too?
I do.
Oh, nice.
For some reason in my head now, I'm like, so if you get scared too, like someone scares you too much, all your armor falls off because it all loosens up.
I still require fuel. I know that much.
Yes, you do.
However, it's not the same cartridges like the Terminator
No,
cartridges.
yes, I
You
got
pull out
my
and
dad. I
refill.
can still see.
That's just literally has to be injected like a grease nipple.
Good berries.
Yep. My swords are collapsible. They'll literally integrate into my arm itself, so that I don't have to actually carry it, but I cannot be disarmed with it either. Same thing with my shield. I have a massive... I need to repair it, actually, now that I think about it.
Broken firearm.
I have a very large broken firearm that was... I have to take the barrel out every now and then when I need to store it, wrapped in burlap along my back when I'm not in combat. That is just this towering, effectively anti-material rifle that is about
6 foot.
6 feet, fully assembled, which is average for me. Sparks is a... let's see what
Four
else do we
times
have.
as tall as I am.
Got a bag of holding. He has a small book that he still
You can
has.
do the aiming rifle with your
I need to
ears.
go through this book. From my dead father figure.
Oh, again?
I still have this.
Yeah, you know, the headcanon when you weren't here, we literally just discussed it. It's like you probably ran off to go scream about someone about your dead father again.
Yeah.
As you're like holding the book, it's like, oh, I need to, you're like a random bakery marketplace. I need to read this my dead father's book.
And meanwhile, his father, who has not yet been murdered, is like, I'm right here, you moron!
No, he's fully.
I swear I could
He's
hear it
very-
from beyond the grave.
He's very
Like, I
deep.
can still hear it.
I feel like I'd go for a walk.
Oh. Over the top, kind of like over the top of his head, he's got a, I guess it would be a ornate dragon blindfold that he has yet
that
to...
you
I
borrowed.
currently have, and I don't know if I give it back to the same dragon or not.
No, you did not.
Time got a little fucky. I don't know who owns it now. I don't know if it should exist in this timeline.
By your memory, it's still owned by the Dragon Lord.
So I'll probably give it back to him eventually.
He's gonna be like, where did you get this?
I have the same one right here. Anyways,
And then the universe cracks in half.
bag of holding, a bandolier, different ammunitions, various colors, one reds, yellows, oranges. Which are the very crazy ammunitions that I have across my bandolier.
You know,
Bag of holding.
Plankton could make you unstealthy enough.
You don't
No.
need to go through every single item that you have.
Everything else is the bag of holding. I don't have a lot of stuff on me.
You're a 7 foot tall,
7 foot.
wide-chested warforged. Essentially, fully
Who
armored and
speaks
mechanized.
Sylvan with a hick accent.
What are you doing in the city, buddy?
Where did everyone else go?
You don't know. You kind of just wandered off to go explore the city, and then they kind of did their own thing. There's currently a celebration going on. Everyone's patting you on the back. Everyone's happy and getting drinks and putting
Oh,
food
right.
in your hands.
We repelled the attempted invasion, right? I need to fix my gun.
So Quinn is in the midst of this party, just playing his bandolier and singing an epic ballad about this victory and has inserted himself into the battle in a hero's role.
There you
That's
are.
a point to your Witcher is a little closer to reality there.
Yeah. Like people are like, we've never seen this guy before, but man, did you hear what he did in the battle? How did we forget him in the statue?
Who knows?
I need to fix my weapon.
Okay, yeah, it's easy enough. There's plenty of weapon shops.
And I need ammunition.
For you, that specific weapon, there's only a handful of places that you can
There's
go
only
to.
one place I'm going.
Which is...
Reaper's Scythe, I believe.
There you go. Yeah, and you find a similar full-body weapon individual that has a barrel that's coming out of his left shoulder this time. That is actually a little taller and lengthier. That looks like that his joints fold in 4 different spots to create different platforms and needed angles. He's there. He's able to patch up your weapon. He also smacked you for allowing your weapon to get in such disrepair, and it looks like some sort of freeze-drying actions.
Well, when you fight someone who commands the very cold itself...
He doesn't fucking care.
Did you let a
difficult.
gorilla shoot this? Only that one time, because you wanted to see what happened.
What kind of ammunition want you buy? You can buy pretty much anything at this point.
What do you have that would take down something substantially larger than myself?
A lot of fucking bullets.
Do you have anything to make this fire a little faster then?
Do you have any
No.
mammoth rounds?
Okay. I'll take some more wedge shot then.
No,
Are we gonna be upset?
I mean, for special ammunition, you pretty much, ran him dry. Even in this timeline, he still ran dry.
Oh, maybe explosive rounds. We could think about that at some point.
He takes out a blunderbuss, the size of a cannon. You might be able to wield it, but it
Can you
takes...
something that I put on my arm that allows me to just like a little explosive that you can just kind of launch?
Oh yeah, we can do that. How fond of that arm are you?
This hand I can do without, but this arm I kind of need to hold my sword.
The one with the shield?
That's just mounted to this arm.
Yeah, it'll just replace your arm.
Let me get back to you on that.
Okay, I'll be here. I'll get the tools ready. He turns around and you're...
Because I
As
had
you
some
hear a
practice.
giant
Sound like
metal
a dentist
saw.
drill.
So,
You will feel a lot of pain.
Is it safe?
Shut up, Tom.
I do have the animated shield, but it would make my shield master pretty much useless.
Null and void.
Yeah, because can't you not benefit from both of them at once?
I don't think there's something I'd do that with.
I mean, if you have a shield and you have an animated shield, don't you
No,
not get
when I say it's the size of a cannon, it's literally like almost a duct-taped version of a cannon on an attachment socket or a Warforged. It is not high-tech. It is it's just a fucking cannon. That has maybe a breech load in the back.
I could probably rig up like a wrist crossbow for you. That would probably be less devastating to your physical form.
I want something, bigger. I was thinking something that could, really send me the other direction.
Get the
Make
Warforged
a charisma
rocket.
persuasion check.
He's the Iron Man chest cannon.
Yeah, that thing.
Turn him into a geyser.
Sorry.
You can fire it once before passing out.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
That's not that bad. I'd be a 10.
10. He looks at you almost as if like a child at a candy store. No.
Okay, can I get another frag grenade?
Here it is.
No.
Hey, maybe firebomb?
No. You can have this round. And he hands you like the tiniest rounds possible.
I don't think I have anything that can use these.
Little lady fingers. Pop, 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 pop.
I'll take my wet shots and go, thank you.
Happy giving.
Let me know if you get anything special in.
I won't.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is there anything else you want to do apart from that?
No, I just wanted to get the weapon fixed.
Okay, yeah,
more
you get your
ammunition.
weapon fixed. It takes a few hours. You get your ammo.
I don't think he has anything that
If you spend 10
can-
gold, you can get, like, 15 rounds. You know the math, so.
Yeah.
And the rest of the Silver Menagerie, you're currently in the tower. You had that conversation. You are currently finishing up your tea as the, very energized beholder finishes telling his story about the dream that he had about you and about himself, which is you don't even have to roll for this, Vedic, does not bode well in terms of possibilities of not happening for certain time events.
Bad shit won't happen.
won't happen.
We need to get you a .950 JDJ Fat Mac for your arm. It's a 100-pound, 5-foot long rifle that shoots 1 pound solid brass bullet at 2,200 feet per second.
How big
Oh
are they?
yeah.
What?
How big are they?
It's a 1 pound bullet. It's a .950 caliber.
Okay, but how big are they?
It's a 5-foot long rifle weighing 100 pounds.
Yeah. The bullets.
If you aim a gun,
Fit
if it's
around
only
it.
at least 100 pounds.
Well, if they cast reduce on you, then
0.95, so it's a 1-inch bullet.
Yeah.
It's a 1-inch bullet.
You could shoot one, completely erasing whatever you shot from existence. One making you wonder why you shot in the first place. Then it
Throw one
continues,
of these boulders undetected.
then it continues to travel through 4 houses, a car, a 10-ton boulder before launching itself 20 feet into a nearby hill.
says this cracked out no.
Surrounding your target is now on fire and blind.
Can I get a railgun?
So this information goes to you from a cracked out gnome with a cracked goggle that is, most of its hair is burnt off or singed off. Part closed, but it's more like blasted off in the back alley.
That sounds like someone you want to talk to for experimental weapons. I'm just saying.
You know, I might have a job for you.
The rest of the Silver Menagerie, what are you doing?
Well, I'm cleaning up after the oatmeal cookies I made.
Oh, right. You're still in the hole. I'll say
Well,
that
I served everyone, but you can't just leave the whole a mess. Like, then you have to clean it up the next time you go down.
fair enough.
Nice.
As the Beholder Lobby Quest is currently closing up everything, doing triple, quadruple, and just overall overchecking to make sure his checkings over the Lord of Bitterfrost are accurate. As this image, he's fucking dead, yo! As he flies back up as the floors knit back together from the various cracked, almost like cracked glass shards of its floor. What's next? It seems that you have a pretty message that you've had.
I think
Do you need a best man?
not yet, but I'll let you know.
I'll be on hold.
That'd be quick.
I don't have a tie. And he turns around.
Let's get out of here before he finds a tie and figures out how to wear it.
No, now I'm curious.
Random dice. Oh, no, not dice.
They are. They're very chewy.
Oh, I see.
Didn't like him.
Well, I think it's time to head back to Hartkern. We need to go have a conversation with a goddess
Again?
again.
Now,
I just left her. She missed me already. Oh, not that one.
What are you pulling on there, Todd?
it's my house. It's fun.
Literally, there's a root in the floor. That,
Okay,
it's
no,
like,
no.
why is there a root in the floor? And you're like, oh, wait, yeah.
No.
And she
New headcanon, it's a mailbox. And whenever she sticks the mailbox, the hole opens up.
I love it.
I've done that.
But the problem is the mailbox itself does not collapse inside. So she's got this 3-foot pole with a mailbox on it strapped to her back.
I would not have a 3-foot mailbox.
No, I was thinking more like every time you have to put it in, you have to hammer it into the floor. So
That's how it gets
the
done.
hole on wherever you put it through is still there after you pull it back up.
Rabbit sign.
He'll fix that.
It's been a while,
Let's
guys.
go talk to the lady. Let's go talk to the lady.
Let's go talk to the. Let's.
Luck
Would
to your
you
lady tonight.
describe her as a lady?
She's got lady parts.
She's more like a force of nature, if we're being honest.
Luck be a lady
That
tonight.
sounds like a different conversation.
Okay. So here's the thing. You know how in the Fey realm we all had to abide by these rules? You know the don't eat anything, tell lies. No, I don't remember what it were. You should
There
remember.
were rules that we didn't pay
There
attention
were rules. I remember distinctly breaking the rules. Now, here's the problem. The Lord of Bitter Frost. Yeah, big, extra-dimensional entity. Very important.
Not extra dimensional.
Whatever. Where did you come from?
He is now.
He is now.
I got brains.
This is like
I got brains.
this is an order of magnitude bigger than that. There is only one rule when it comes to her Madge, and that is her will is law. And not like law, like rules, like, oh, you go to jail. Tried that. The truth is that law like gravity is a law.
How are you still alive?
You know, I have asked myself that question a lot. So, it's one of life's mysteries, specifically my life's mystery at this point. So, don't even put it in her head to erase you, because she might. Here's the other catch here that you need to be aware of is I just totally had a brain fart. So there will be a framing narrative, either an illusion or an alternate form or a dream sequence. It's always that sort of way with mortals, because if you tried to fit her entire reality into your head, it would detonate like a grape in a microwave.
What's a microwave?
What's a
I'll
grape?
explain later.
Michael Black.
Does everyone sort of get where this is going?
What we see is not what we get.
Right.
And listen, but don't give her ideas.
Listen, but she'll have ideas.
Okay, but don't give her ideas, right?
Right.
So you shouldn't talk.
That's not gonna work.
I've known you for about an hour and a half, and I'm pretty sure you shouldn't be doing the talking.
When she knows a talker, she knows a talker.
Well, and he'll take it. You know, he's got like
Can he do the talking?
the Time Weaver is sort of like his armored pauldron, taps it and transforms it into like white, resplendent, like priestly robes. You know, like full
Overly
on
draconic priestly robes.
over the you know.
With a bit too much bling.
With like full on like gold chain bling. Flavor, and so
You immediately gain 20 pounds.
Just from the gold alone.
Quinn,
Yes.
how are my horns? Are they good? Do they say the conqueror of mankind? Like does they say like suave, the conqueror of mankind?
Was the left one always a little bit off kilter?
Yes. Just look. Alright. And
You don't have eyebrows.
I don't have eyebrows. takes and spreads himself, and he smells vaguely like the new scent is vaguely like the smell of freshly baked bread.
No.
So just so we're
Smells so
prepared.
good.
It's been a while since I've actually got to use my draconic. Is that the proper translation for cock juggling thunder cunt?
But yes.
Wow.
Whatever draconic properties.
Foot up, jaw goes down, shrinks slightly.
Now, let's go get it on.
I don't need that for that.
I need a totally different set of spells for that.
Just follow the
That's what I signed up for.
just follow the smell of fresh break bread.
Yes, freshly broken bread.
Because I want to know on that.
I can just go home for bread.
Want to roll a straight Arcana check. This is to
I think this is very straight,
roll
yes.
Arcana check for Vedic.
This is very straight.
For the one that looked into the future, did a little bit of a timey-wimey stuff, and got the information that did before you just got blasted with information.
19?
19? Okay, yeah. You know for a fact that, yeah, she invited you back to your abode, which is also interesting, because it's like, I invite you to your abode, but that seems like a very thing for, like, the Queen of Queens to do.
Oh, no.
Okay,
So let me blather on a little bit. She's not going to kill us. Because if she were going to kill us, or if she didn't care about hiding something, then she would have written her edict in letters a mile high over the city, in fire. So, the fact that this is a clandestine meeting, it means that she wants something, which means we might just get out of this with my hide still intact.
Yes, but as you finish that sentence, you realize that she said...
The next 25 words.
Yeah, you said, and then you realize what exactly she said. She said, she will not harm you. You just realized that she's probably going to be traveling with a bunch of guard, that if she says any word about...
Guard, she might be traveling with the whole goddamn
Sorry, the opposite. So opposite. She said that her guard, her people on her service, would not harm you. That did not say anything about her.
Well, that's
But that's good. Well, it's not good, but what's good...
It's not good. There's nothing good
There's
about
nothing
that.
good about that. But, it's a lot less bodies, And you probably got a few weeks.
Much less complicated
You probably
fight.
got a good amount of weeks, maybe a month or two, a few weeks at the worst case scenario before they arrive here, because this is Backwater Planet. Let's be honest. This is the Backwater Planet, and this is why you're here. This is literally the dumping grounds of Vedic. And you prefer it that way for your own survival sake.
Wait. Was he sentenced to this world, or was this world sentenced to him?
It does like the chicken or the egg
it's
question.
a little ambiguous.
Known you for about an hour and a half, and I've got an answer.
A little.
I would just like to make sure that we can keep this reality intact.
Right, let's keep that as our focusing goal. Second only to keeping this reality intact.
If this reality is intact because you're not, that's all right.
And I'm assuming you're having this conversation as you're going back to Hartburn and everything.
Yes, we're walking.
Vedic, don't worry. If things go badly, I will read a nice poem at your funeral. Something with imagery. There will be tears.
Will it be a
Because he will bring hot sauce and dip it into people's eyes.
Will it be a
Cry,
series
damn
of
it, cry.
limericks? Will it be a series of dirty limericks?
I mean, it's only appropriate given the subject.
No, I'm with him on this.
Tears from crying from laughter. I like it.
I'm now going to write a book of dirty limericks about Vedic from Quinn's perspective.
At this point, I'm going to say
And
you're
it'll
back
be
in
available on
Hartburn.
Patreon.
Available to our Patreon.
You're walking back to wherever you're walking back, but so when you get back to Hartburn, where are you going exactly? You do have time. It's not like that she's here right now.
See, that was when we had the conversation. I got the impression she was sitting in our pantry sitting in our
very
dining room
possible.
waiting.
But you're a time wizard.
I corrected myself.
Yeah, you do remember distinctly that you saw an image of the Skyflare itself. Essentially a spelljammer, big dreadnought that is a mobile horde for the Draconic Queen herself to basically be a mobile council chambers as she goes from planet to planet, depending on the situation she needs.
Planet to planet.
Sphere to sphere. Realm to realm.
And you kind of remember this as one of the kids that you
I
were
said there
having
would be a framing narrative.
Yeah,
I'm not here, so I don't know what's going on.
you kind of remember this and explaining this
You're fine.
haphazardly to the rest of the group as a couple of
Not that
kids
it makes a difference.
go in draconic scouts and just run away past you.
Me.
Oh, I'm gonna regret that.
Did you swear a group of orphan children into the Dragon Scouts and teach them to flip people off? I've never been so proud. You should see what the junior Green Wardens are doing.
So it wasn't careful, it was Draconic's honor while flipping you off.
Back in Hartford.
So, what would you like to do? Are you going back to your estate? Are you making trying to find sparks?
Well,
Are
I
you
can't
doing
make a
something
run
else?
for it. Let's go find Sparks.
Very important question. His telling of his great deeds in the fight, was that canonical?
Yes. Oh, that is
I need to go
absolutely...
vandalize a statue again.
Well, it's not a statue of me yet. It's not a statue of me yet. But I am talking to some gnomes to see if we can make one that just like orbits the city floating in the air.
Strangely enough, there is no statue of Quinn in the city.
Well, no, because
Yeah.
I've never been here
No.
before.
Right, but I'm saying there's a statue
Yeah.
about the events that he is depicting, and
Yeah.
he is not a part of that statue.
Correct.
He
But
says that
having previously successfully vandalized said statue, I would like to vandalize it again with a new objective.
Now, are you going to continue to say that there are statues out there depicting this event?
What's that?
Are you continuously telling this blatant lie that there are statues depicting this event?
No,
There's a statue of the Silver Menagerie, but not me.
Correct.
but he's been telling lies that he was at the event.
That they got
And
the
people are
statue.
believing
There
it.
was no statues made of him, even though he
No,
was there.
currently there are no statues made.
Right, so
of
what
Quinn.
I want to do is deface the statue so that
By
way there's
adding
a
Quinn to
leaping
it.
Quinn
Okay,
over
okay.
everything.
Okay. So, all right, just to be clear.
Illusion, I'm just...
So, if there are any statues in the making right now, they're currently being made right now. You can definitely track them down because you have those.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right now, there's probably like a major illusion of what the statue will be at some point. Like, placeholder.
There is
Is there?
a statue.
There is now.
There is a statue. It is not of these events. There's a statue that was the stuff that happened before Quinn joined us.
Because you said there was a statue of...
Remember,
is
it's
that-
the one that he is now
Yeah.
part of.
And
And,
there-
it's
there's
Nicholas and him and
Okay.
him. That
So,
statue.
Just to clarify, the ones that have statues right now, due to either paradox, or due to being here during the city raid and being the heroes, it would be Vedic, Sparks, Nicholas, Drake, and Ek. And then there's another statues of Ek Spirit in the in a side group of turtles that actually settled down nearby. That have created a spiritual totem that is of the snapping turtle in the center of that village.
Esley?
Yes, Esley. They're very, very terse all the time.
So, the only clarification I need is, are these individual statues or one statue of all those dudes?
The main statue has one of each person, and there's only one of those statues.
Right. So that statue that I previously vandalized
Yes.
to
Make him a fish head.
Make him
Him a
efficient,
fish head.
yeah.
I would like to, over the drake that is in it, make a Quinn.
Mega Quinn.
Yes. To match
Mega
the lore that he is spewing forth that is utter bullshit, but I want to manifest into our reality.
Okay, that will take a lot of ink from your supplies. I'll say right off, it's going to take 2/3 of your entire set in order to do this. It's definitely possible. And
You
it's,
realize I haven't gotten to do anything fun for 200 years, right?
oh, fair enough, you know. Make
Come on, we haven't played
3
before.
stealth checks and then 2 artisans checks. And it's up to you on how you want the basis of like either it's dex or charisma or insight on how you want to portray Quinn.
I'm going to need a bit more guidance because
Okay.
that was something that could be interpreted a number of ways.
Make sure you put the proper contours on the bulge.
Oh, Jesus.
You don't have to talk about your nose that way.
Make them inverted.
So wait, is this like a 3D printing pen? Like a 3D pen?
I have the
It's
paints
one of those
of-
weird things that they're I mean, what are they called again? The
Marvelous pigments.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. They're literally, if you ever go to a cartoon world and they paint a bunch of stuff on the wall, once the painting is complete, it becomes real.
You know, it's truly a shame that Wile E. Coyote is remembered for his violence and not his realistic depictions of caves.
Of train tunnels.
Train tunnels, yes. And then somehow those
It
train
allows you
tunnels...
to create three-dimensional objects by painting them in 2 dimensions. You cannot create anything of greater value than 25 GP. If you do, it will look authentic, but close inspection will reveal it to be some worthless material. But
So-
you can do doors, or holes, or ladders, or you can deface a statue, so that way it suddenly looks like a kobold with a fish head.
However, this is also items that you brought from the Shadowfell. So they're a little bit more plus. So going to
They're a
roll
little extra.
Yeah, they're a little extra. Going to roll Arcana check. Because I already got something in my head to make it happen, but unless you have an idea to make a 2D relief into a 3D, because you don't really have a thing to draw on on the statue.
Because I'm doing this on an existing person, I was planning on doing some intensive contouring.
Oh, you're turning him into Quinn.
Turning Drake into Quinn.
Drake into Quinn.
That
yes.
you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I thought you were trying to add
so
a
you
non-existent statue.
No. I'm trying to eliminate a person who I've never met and add a person who's bullshitting around saying that he was there.
So you're probably adding a bow and something.
Yeah.
Adding the pointed to the ears.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave the octopus. I
So
think
gonna
it's cute.
make
It goes
a-
with the koi fish, but
Want to make a stealth check real quick?
Maybe you can fit the pixie in there somewhere.
that's 18 plus. I don't know my stuff. What's 18 plus 16?
A lot. A lot.
34?
34. With a nat 20, I don't think I can beat you with a plus 10 with a elite guard.
Oh, like, of course I'm good at
They roll at 18. Well, sorry.
There's
plus
a little
10,
shadow
so-
darting around, and suddenly
Yeah.
it's a different
You
person.
are a shadow bunny that is 4 feet.
Mission Impossible.
With a look like that, you have never been able to stealth this easily due to stupid
Fucking
rules.
Get wrecked!
I mean, there's literally
win.
a full scene of you walking step by step behind one of the guards that are currently reporting the fish head that was embedded a little while ago, and you turn around and you're just walking behind them 2-3 steps.
She's attached to their back.
Yeah, literally, yeah, and it jumps off to
Using their shoulders to hoist her up.
Literally standing on the guard's head, making adjustments.
Not that much, but still, you're fine. These guys are practically blind, or at least they should be at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can tell that the bunny has sneak 100.
And there's literally about 2-3 cards that are currently gathering around a couple superiors that are pointing at the statue as they're like, as a scruffed teenager man with a helmet that's a size too big. I don't know. I just looked back and I heard all the stories about this legendary group, and I don't remember a fish person being in the story. Now I'm a little drunk. I'm a little drunk, but I think I would have remembered a fucking fish person in the Heroes of Heart Hunt, all right? And then there's this dwarf individual, long beard that's in 2 sections that have big metal, crunch metal. They're not even like formed ingots. It's just bits of rock with ingots of like iron in it that is in these balls.
It's like nugget rings.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Nugget armor.
That is not silver or gold, but it's some sort of like black onyx material. That's a bit of a like statement of like we had what we had kind of thing. He's kind of just right, well, either way, I'm gonna need money to replace this material. We're gonna have to take the whole statue and then we're gonna have to weld it. And he goes into the whole spiel of like what he's gonna have to do in order to replace it because the statue is essentially fucked. You can't just like buff it out. It's like it's a fish with a draconic tail, and he's like, and even though they're looking at the statue that you're currently working on, and every time they look away, your bunny ears. Whoop.
At one point, they turn and look at it, and the statue has bunny ears.
Oh, look, it's not just me, right? No, we gotta stop drinking. Let's go get some water.
Yeah, you should probably.
Leave it on the special on the double. Oh, I hate that fucking
I'm
shit.
gonna convince them, like, when they take the statue down, to fix the fish-headed dude, they switched because Quinn's earring is actually in his left ear, not his right. So they like fixed that detail.
There you go.
Don't notice that it shouldn't have been Quinn.
So go ahead and make two artisans checks, and it's up to you on how you wish to use your skills to. It could be dex based, or it could be like charisma, intelligence, wisdom based in terms of rolling for your artisan tools.
We're just gonna go for quick. I'm gonna roll on dex.
Okay, so it's going to be dex plus proficiency plus your dex plus proficiency.
That's 25.
25. I soloed it in. And I need you to roll another stealth check as you're doing this, because you are performing. And
You do know that the lowest I can roll for a stealth is a 26, right?
You know, I'm rolling to establish your insane stealth check. Because this is also introducing... Yeah, I know, right?
Well,
Ain't
no,
no one's finding his
She's
money.
you're a rogue, right?
technically it's
Yes.
a 20 because of the house rule.
They might see you. If you roll shit.
21. Yeah. Okay.
So what is your stealth?
These are hard to read. That's an 11, so that becomes a 27.
27. They roll a 25.
Ooh.
So
I have
you
that
notice a
big
couple of cars
stat
that are
thing
a little
where,
bit
like,
more...
if you roll below, it becomes a 10.
Yeah, and these are forged individuals that are walking by that have those stone wings that look like the elite of the elite guard here, that are always near or next to a place of importance or someone of importance as they walk by. And as they walk by, they kind of, their eyes yellow in this one, yellow in the make, turn and kind of scan this shifting mass, and he kind of looks over, and then someone grabs his attention, and he goes back what he was doing before his attention could amply get called.
Cool.
Okay, one more artisan check. It's looking pretty good, at least from the backside. You got the tush.
Of course. You know, that's my focus.
All the bits are working.
I mean, it is head high for you.
Yeah, that's what she sees the most of.
Okay, so that becomes a 10.
Unfortunately,
Plus
all of our
6,
heads
plus
are
5,
tiny
so that becomes a
because
21.
of her
21? As you start on the front side,
Shoulder.
nothing like, the back side, You had a bit of an inspiration on the back side, pun intended. As you go to the front, and you're just finishing up on the second hour as the small group of 3 of like that kid guard and that dwarven individual are coming back with several materials. And they look up as you finish up, as you're just about to leave. Going to roll a stealth check just for funsies. I know.
Okay, that becomes a 26.
26. As they look up and they just
like my
look and
persuasion.
go.
Yep.
And the dwarf literally grabs a kid next to him, puts the kid down, and just scratches his head. I fucking lost my mind. And he just kind of starts walking away. I lost my mind. I think, I have shrooms or something? And he brings out a couple of paperwork and like, no, that's not supposed to be it! God, I'm just elevating this. I'm not going to have one. And he just... and starts marching up pathway to a building that is currently evacuated because it's currently a celebration right now, but it seems to be working on the celebration, so he's even more tersed up. And he's currently going to go get a superior of a Quinn added and Vedic removed statue. Without anyone noticing in the midst of a celebration right now.
So my performance check was 30 to...
Convinced.
Yeah, people are talking right now.
Oh, no,
People
that's
are-
just the perform. That's not the persuade. That's just the perform. Like I am the life of this party right now.
and people see you and they're
Last
going,
suggestion: everybody conga line, 8 hours.
da, 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 da. Ooh!
Jump in the line. Oh, look your body in time. Okay, I believe you.
The scene from The Mask.
Call me Cuban feet. I'm
There
the
you go.
king of my native street. When I play the maracas, they go chick chicky boom chick chicky.
You successfully stealth painted a statue. Congratulations.
Twice.
in
You
broad
vandalized public property.
Government property.
daylight.
You asked me to.
That is the least crime that this party has committed.
And I will say, just for fun after effects, over the next couple of days, there are going to be a number of meetings on what to do, what's going on, and followed by people recognizing Quinn, going, "Yeah, he was part of the city raid as well. He took out a platoon by himself. He was able to shoot things out of the sky, and a couple of the clay golems that were falling, he took them out before they even landed."
We're absolutely Mandelaing these people.
And
It's very
falsifying documents, except for those that legitimately had reports during the situation. Publicly, you are a city hero now. That's latched on to everyone else's group.
Leaping like this. Over the top. This plie is just
It's called a glissade. Thank you.
And
plie would be
over the next few days, your statue is not
Plie.
removed,
Yeah.
but the discussion on how to lay out a new member of the city's heroes onto the Silver Menagerie with Vedic removed but needs to be Rita added is going to take weeks.
We could just leave it.
Yeah, you know, that's a discussion, but it'd be like,
I wonder what.
listen,
I'm just gonna quietly cast.
There's a
minor
bunny in the
illusion.
council meeting with like a mustache, or we could just leave it. Like,
The next time we go to talk to this council, I'm minor illusioning his head to look like a fish.
Yes!
So they're like, was he always a fish? Did we just not notice that part?
Why did we think he was a kobold?
Let's find. Let's see if we can find Sparks.
and over the next 2 hours, what are you guys doing?
we're going
I would say over the next hour, you find Sparks. It's pretty easy because anywhere that Sparks go, there's a horde of people celebrating, giving them high fives, giving them things to drink, giving them free things, clothing, bits, and various different parts of merch, a hat even.
Thousands of party beats.
the occasional resonant pat on the ass. It gongs, bong.
And
Sorry, the sonic ass is not for you.
it is now, and you notice that her hand is
Is
covered
that
in
where the thunder
pigment.
damage comes from?
Sorry, what?
Is that where the thunder damage comes from?
Oh my god.
Long sword, yes.
Oh, you're just a Metal Mario, aren't you? Whoop, whoop. Anyway, and
stop.
there are several. During this celebration, there's a lot of pigment powders that have been going all over the place that has been coloring people's in various bright colors. And a couple of them have come over to slap you to say that they approve in some way, and seems to be a traditional thing that they've been developing here, especially with the forged metal name
Yes.
here.
Sure.
Ceremonial,
Mark me with
traditional
your
ass
colors.
slap.
Shut up, okay?
Quinn has this massive, slender handprint right across his cheeks, like, oh, someone congratulated you. Yes.
Red.
On the other hand, Vedic pops out of a fruit stand or something, just covered in head to toe in rainbow colors, going, "I love this party!"
And there you go.
My
And
silver
your
armor's no
white
longer
Scenario
silver.
robes are now, soiled.
My silver armor is no longer silver.
Unless you don't want it to, because it's a magical artifact.
Oh no, I can prestidigitate myself. That's not a problem. I'm not going to.
No.
I walk up and I'm sneezing colors.
Yes. It
Yes.
is a sinus nightmare out there.
Just powder paint everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
All the powder paint.
I mean, the Forge don't care. They don't breathe.
The street will be colored for days.
Yes, it will be. It's all over the buildings, it's all over people, and there's new forgelings out there that are not quite sentient yet, that have these same marks on them, that are currently holding things of worth to them, sentiment value, or just, they want to hold on to it, though they're not really sentient yet, that are currently being walked around by a overseer of younglings. Almost
Yeah.
like a school of kindergarten, it's just weaponized war machines.
They're working on their personal discovery.
Yes, exactly. kind of interrupted you guys. I'm sorry.
No,
All parties decide.
don't worry about the DM interrupting our bullshit because we'll just keep rolling.
Our bullshittery is our specialty.
So,
And I'll say at the
all
midst of
parties
this
decide.
celebration,
It's
Todd
like,
returns.
We are on the tracks of the train that you lay.
You can
celebrate.
return anytime you wish.
Sorry, we are on the train of the tracks you lay.
We're celebrating the end of the world here, apparently.
Not for 7 more years.
I don't think that they know that the world's going to end.
7
The
years.
world's not going to end. Vedic is inventing the paintball gun.
Yes!
You got a big one for me?
There's a group of teenagers goes, yes!
Here, kids, run real fast with these.
Come on, boys! And they run into the nearest church and immediately just open fire.
So proud. I'm amazed that wasn't a school. You could have gone very dark.
Oh no!
I'm not sure it's much better.
You know, there has been church shootings, there has been school shootings.
Why? We already saw this.
Hey, I am not the one.
Yes, you are.
Just yes.
So after I finish with the statue, I think I'm going to join up with the team right around the point that he weaponizes a couple of children.
Weaponized.
Wait.
No.
What for?
The
Don't do that.
The term is weaponized youthful exuberance.
Isn't that
Is that what we call ejaculation?
Oh. No, that's weaponized youthful extrusion.
And it's not so youthful anymore, let's be honest.
Anyways.
You're in the distance, you never get me alive! As he gets tackled through one of the barrels.
Like things start firing, ears droop, hood goes up.
Quinn gets hit in the shoulder, red paint. Oh, the fuck! That's like,
Okay,
No. Let's fast forward 20 minutes. Quinn has got barrels lined up. He's behind them. He's invented paint arrows going, get some! Get some!
Of course, you're missing 90% of your shots.
Quinn is behind the barrel. He's got
that was
arrows.
Yeah.
I just saw Vedic doing that.
Vedic, who do you think is supplying him with, with the paint arrows? Just here you go. There's that's I can make them.
Literally, it's just like a sock that you put powder paint in that you wrap around the arrow.
He's just prone crawling for cover.
And ladies in the audience, it's the Swan Princess. It's great.
Yes, that's exactly. Todd, you come to the Swan Princess all over again, and it honestly, it's refreshing to see this much energy just anywhere. You've been in a
No
place
one's
that's
eating each other.
no one's eating each other.
Wait, that was an option? Nobody told me.
Cookie.
To be fair,
So,
they are very good cookies. Is
So, Quinn, that's a nice statue you got there.
that cricket flour?
That's glorious.
It looks really
love
good. Chin's nice and sharp. A little bit of that.
Did you spend some extra time on the buttocks, or am I just reading into that?
You're just reading into that.
It's got that pose to it, almost like a.
There's this little bit of a swoop where, like, you can see the Goodberry eye, but you don't focus on the Goodberry
No matter
eye.
where you stand, the Goodberry eye is still looking at you.
Wait. I don't care what anyone says. As far as I'm concerned, that's Hart Curran's ass.
You take a paintball straight to the head.
He doesn't notice.
It's pink.
Nice shot, kid.
3 more, cross the chest.
I see you have backup.
I got this.
I deploy my Sentinel shield.
5 people go, ah!
Seeking paint arrows.
Sentinel shield. Protect me from the
This is the high magic society, guys. Honestly, you know, this is the most fun they've had in
I can do the
months.
seeking shot on my own. Arrows is just because
You can hide in my packs if you want.
Oh no, I'm just gonna step under him. It's fine.
Oh yeah, shield. That works.
Yeah.
Just Sentinel shield flying above me.
Like, even if he didn't notice, he could be, like, stepping
hitting
around and
you is
I'll
not
just be
the problem.
dancing between
Hitting
his
you is
feet.
not the problem. You're not a dex guy. So you get hit, but you know, it's paintball.
I wonder,
Sentinel shield.
I wonder if this queen person is gonna wonder why we're covered in paint.
Sorry, paint. What? Queen? We have a queen?
Oh yeah, you weren't present for that.
Present for what?
Down with the queen!
There's a visitor approaching.
Define visitor.
His ex.
Oh, that one.
That's
Draconic royalty on a dreadnought that sails between the spheres.
Should we be talking about this in the middle of a party?
I'm pretty sure these people are too drunk to notice.
Valid.
There's currently a
5
kid on the
minutes round the
floor
courtyard.
in needs and lonesome or Dradic
Just gonna hold
lonesome
my
with
shield
another
up.
kid that is currently paintballed in the chest like he's bleeding out. Currently,
They're gonna grow up
If
to be good
he's
soldiers
being
one day.
dramatic enough, I will go join in.
Quinn comes sliding in on his knees. He's gonna make it! Wipes the paint off.
the kid goes, "You're alive! Give me $5." It's 5 gold pieces.
Ow!
wow.
Talk about gouging, damn! These kids are playing gold? Ah.
Hey, what are you talking about? We're medics. I always gotta pay bills.
Possible you're not aware of how much our medics get paid.
They get paid by the body they save.
That's true.
Oh, it was my body you saved? I really misread those instructions.
It is full-blown
Paid by the body.
mass hysteria in this place. You took an entire section, like a crossroad, and it's currently just
It's
a
like a
mini
whole
war.
square.
Yeah, it's a whole square.
It's now a Technicolor world's
People
war
are around that
zone.
table. You got literally just people are lunching paint all over the place, and it's just is this no man's land or is this the only man's land?
This might,
There's like literally
invented-
like 5 soldiers that are just I know I gotta do my job, but honestly, this is
Vedic, like, 1, 2. No, but I picture like Quinn and Vedic are like sitting up on a rooftop on the corner of the
Easy,
square, and we're all sitting there like watching it, and every now and then the paintball comes talking up and just dink off of the wall of force that we've put up.
I asked for directions. Is there a book depository anywhere?
as soon as you bring up books, you get riddled, just almost like Godfather style.
We don't need no education.
Well,
Okay, moving along.
where do we think
Silver
this? Where do we
Menagerie,
think
up-nose professionalism.
where do we think this queen is going to arrive?
We're silver, not gold.
When?
When
That's
and
the-
where?
That's a good question. Well, she said she'd meet us at our place.
So wait, interdimensional? How is she getting here? Do we need to go to her?
Do you remember my airship that I acquired?
Your
Yeah.
vision did
Well,
show that
it-
she's bringing her main capital
It
ship.
goes.
Oh, yeah. No, this thing will blot out the
Sphere.
sun when it shows up. That's
Sphere.
not the point.
Yeah, think of like the entire world that we dwell upon as a
flat.
sphere.
It's possible you may need to back up. The world is round.
No.
No,
If I go on that mountain, I can see out.
You work with him.
I got this. The world is round. Roll in.
Yeah, okay, that's fun.
That makes sense. But he just said the same thing I did.
Yes, but he was more convincing.
He's very convincing.
He's very
Here's with the
persuasive.
YouTube channel.
The world is round, and there is a void beyond this sphere, and this draconic royalty arrives on a vessel that may sail across this void between the spheres.
You're saying a whole lot of things, and you're making it sound like you understand what you're saying, but you're not helping my situation. I don't know anything you just said, but I'm gonna believe it.
All right, that's all I need.
How about
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
How about this?
Welcome to
Big
the
ship.
Democratic Party.
Think
I don't know what
bigger.
you're saying, but I believe you anyway.
Think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger.
It's gonna run out of memory.
About that big.
Have you ever seen a Warforged go cross-eyed?
I have 4 eyes. I can look in every direction at once.
It'd be really nice to know when she shows up because we could be running around here picking our nose.
I
Just picking up
Rabbits
cans.
just throwing paints, just like globs of congealed.
So you're having this conversation in the middle of a
right,
workshop.
yeah, it's still legit.
No, what? For fun,
Like, I assume they're often like there's not a corner per se, but just like a nice little.
little rooftop watching the melee.
okay, so you can't be in
And
it.
it's devolved into a melee at this point.
Yeah,
You don't know
yeah.
how they're butt stroking each other with paintball guns.
You look down,
but
and
they
at
are.
this point, there's a couple of people that have gone to melee with like fluff-covered materials. Kind of soft, not really.
Paper sacks full
And-
of pigment.
In the midst of the conversation, as you're like
Yeah.
describing this
that
product
happened
bigger,
from the
bigger,
ground.
bigger.
Like
So
I was just yelling up at the roof while stuffing paint in a metal pail so I could go
you
dump
just-
it on a
and then
cake.
suddenly this small little hairy gnome guy goes, as he's running across with a bunch of paint across his chest, and he's going to
Water balloon?
Yeah, water balloon.
And he just barrels into him and
Yeah, and he just and then you just see a explosion of paint as he pulls the paint.
I could do better. He only got a 10-foot radius.
I've been down right
When she arrives, one of two things is going to happen. Either she's going to blot out the sun, or she's going to show up in our living room quietly. I don't know which is going to happen. I don't know when it's going to
Either
happen.
way, we're going to shit our pants.
Is she extravagant or is she?
Not me. I'm gonna shit in your pants.
I have news for you. I'm not wearing any pants.
Is she known for extravagant entrances?
She's
Yes.
a fucking gold jacket.
So I think the latter is more. I think the latter is more likely.
Like watching Todd.
Should we tell anyone what's happening?
Quinn!
I don't want the
Becky
city.
asked if I could spend the night!
An attack roll.
Do we let anyone know so that the city doesn't freak out that there's a giant ship blocking the sun?
What are they going to do?
Try and shoot it with the giant thing in the lake.
It's 30.
30?
Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Is that a yes?
Sure, go ahead.
Becky's having
When did I become a parent?
Since you've got a pet.
You got a note that said good luck?
Oh, that's right.
That's when that
Nicholas left me in charge. I abdicate.
Who's Becky?
I don't know.
Do we know Becky's parents?
How do we get
There are so many
Where's
kids.
their house?
Wait. The way that seeking air works is they just have to be in range. Becky's parents. That's them.
What?
I have a seeking shot ability.
When?
It's the
It's his
whole,
14th level
it's
ranger
the
thing.
whole thing that avoids.
It goes around corners.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Wait, you got the arrow that literally goes around corners?
Yep.
He's got the
Patriot arrow?
I gotta find it again.
Deputize everyone. Everyone's patriot tonight.
Whatever. You can find it later.
Yeah, but
Find it later.
I'll show it to you. It's
Find it before the next combat.
technically it's like a charges off of the bow, but I'm just
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll let you know. Becky's parents are less excited about me staying the night now.
They were ecstatic until the paintball fight was endorsed by one of the heroes of the city.
and they were like standing off to the side, like they'd gotten some friendly fire, like some little paint splatter, but they're off to the side watching the oh yeah, it's so good. All of a sudden, just this arrow bursts overhead, paints them all.
They were in the midst of a drink too, and champagne, ding, and it's like in their drinks and everything, and it's like on their tongue. It's
That's Becky's parents.
They stand up, half blind. The mother runs into the pole. Oh. Make a general charisma check, straight up.
I can help with that.
11. I rolled a 5.
Quickly,
Yeah,
be
you
charismatic.
If you weren't like portrayed as one of the heroes of cities, they would be full blown pissed off.
They can be full blown pissed off.
They're still ticked off, but they're not gonna,
I'm still allowed to spend the
Report
night.
I feel like being really mean now. You guys may have invented the paintball gun, but I invented the water
That
gun.
was a charisma check.
Another
Yeah.
question.
To get
I
around this
can't
water.
get less than a 10
Geyser.
on
On
a
a skill check, I think.
It says charisma-based skill checks, but
Yeah, that's skill
Okay.
check. This is just a charisma check.
okay.
Another question for you, Vedic. If she shows up and we're not there, let's say she shows up inside our house, and we're not there, is she gonna be pissed?
If she drinks my brandy, I swear.
She's probably got something way older.
Look, I haven't seen her in almost 1,000 years.
I've not touched Nicholas's room.
I have no idea if she's developed a taste for
When did Vedic
watered down brandy.
When did Vedic suddenly become Clarence Darrow?
What I'm saying is, should we go to the?
Oh, probably.
Because if
I'm
she
gonna
shows up and the sun blots out,
Well,
then we
I-
know. But if she shows up to our house and then
I don't want to send
She
the
can burn the
message
damn
that I'm
house
just
down.
willing to sit around and wait for her, you know? Like,
What time of day is
like
it?
It's currently closer to the evening, past afternoon, but it hasn't surely gone over the horizon. So you have like 2-3 more hours of sunlight. And the paintball's shenanigans is going on, and it goes on for a good 40-50 minutes before the resources heads up. What happened?
Sorry, dog going for a cinnamon gummy bear.
No.
I'd rather not have on camera that we tackled a dog.
Spread it out. It's my dog. It's fine.
No, I'd say that because I know he will win. Anyway. And you just added another layer of this is celebration, and the weighty shackles of having to be quiet all the time is now just expended. They can be loud, kids can scream, people can play music, people can do the paintball fight without fear of being found out, because it's already found out, the war has already been created. And Verosia failed to kill any of their important leaders, thanks to you.
Then again, this is exactly the kind of party she'd like. Maybe she's out here.
She's already here.
Maybe.
Shit, you're right. So, home?
Let's go home.
Home.
Before you go, you come here. Stand him in the center of the square. Point the decanter of endless water up. Kick it to fountain, and invite everyone who is painted to run through the fountain with
That's a
sparks in
different
the
kind
center.
of party.
That's a different type of party. Even those that are not covered in paint, they still come over just to get hit with
So
the
now
water.
it's a wet
Dish soap.
painted
It's
t-shirt party.
spring up and then
Yeah,
down.
like
Yeah.
it's
like the fire
So-
hydrant. You take off the top and
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Geyser.
A vision of lovers sitting and dancing in the rain with all the paint coming off of them, and we've got some sort of.
And now
Good
Becky's
image.
parents aren't mad.
the parents are there.
And if anyone
first.
got too much paint on them, they just stand in the water for a while.
Roll a d12. Yeah, roll a d12.
Me or
Who?
You.
Oh,
Is there a chance that like an
11.
elemental
11?
comes out when you open it or something like that?
No.
33 people come over and they just start playing in the water that you've started doing.
that's like half the party.
Not half the party. Remember, it is a city. There's a lot of people
No,
here.
it's like an entire town square. That's
Yeah.
all.
Oh, good for
And
people then.
kids come over and play. They get in the water. They start rinsing them off. Go back into the paintball fight. Then get back to the rinse
That's
off.
how you respawn.
Okay, you just get. Okay, hang on, wash it off.
Okay. Yeah! Camp spawners! Spawn campers.
There's definitely a few ratty teenagers that do that. Anyway, but
No paint in the fountain.
you just create another layer of celebration at this point. You're just adding to the tradition. And you can just see it in the future celebrations to come, the celebration of the first heroes of the city, that there's going to be water parks, essentially.
There'll be a traditional roll of the first paintball thrown by a small child dressed as a rabbit.
I'm not really sure where that tradition came from.
Where did rabbits come into it? I don't understand.
X over there. Oh, trust me, as soon as she's running around in the paintball fight, kicking ass, you know.
Next thing you know, we'll have colored eggs. I just don't get it.
that is, you became a folklore as soon as you do that.
X over there punking holes in like a paint can and throwing it so it spins and just sprays
Nice.
I call them rotary paint grenades. RPGs for short.
This is what happens when you have forced people with guns. It's not like a paintball card, that's rad. It's like, oh cool, a gun! They start shooting everyone.
See, they're gonna start using. They're gonna actually take it to the military. It's like, hey, we can use this as practice rounds.
Oh hell yeah! There's already a couple people just kind of like,
They're like, you know,
You
if
take
you
this to an arrow, and now it's
glow in the dark
arrow.
paint and make it easier to see someone and hit them with falling. We just invented tracer rounds.
Oh.
It's called fair.
there's all sorts of implications when you get a city of
Called fairy fire.
yeah, dwarf gnomes and forged.
Form nose and elves.
But you're heading back to your estate. It's definitely.
I'm not. I'm headed to Becky's.
Oh, you're heading to Becky's. So who's this Becky?
She's this little gnome who we started talking.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
fine. I'm just hanging out with
Is
Becky.
it a full-grown gnome or a gnomish child?
It's teen.
Okay.
Team. All right, so gnomish team.
You do mani pedis?
I'm not letting someone touch my feet. That's weird.
They're gonna fill out
That's
quizzes
very
in
intimate as a
cosmopolitan.
hair
You can't just call her a bunny.
So as you go off to do your own thing,
Yep.
and Betty brings out a couple of doobies.
Becky.
Sorry, Becky. Becky brings out a couple of, from a snuff box, takes out a couple of cigarettes, offers you one.
Teenage
Don't tell
Rebellion.
No.
Not for
I
me.
just pull out a cookie.
Are they
Looks at the
good
cookie.
cookies?
Are they the feel good cookies? It should be.
Feel good.
I'm still finishing off the no bake oatmeal cookies, guys. Like, y'all are really intense. I don't want the cookies to go bad.
And you have a good afternoon. The rest of you go back to the estate, covered in paint, muck, grime, wet.
Prestidigitation? Anyone?
Yeah, I got you.
Who has that? You have.
Yeah, it is.
Disintegrates off your body, takes a few times, fasting for past.
Ah, don't even get to polish it. Ah, I love it.
Ever played the game Car Wash Simulator?
Power wash simulator.
Power Wash Simulator. There you go. And
No, but why am I not surprised that that's a game?
Yeah. Wow.
it's
It's a simulator game.
It's a simulator, and it's satisfying. It's weird.
One of you knows
It's
what we're
weird.
talking about.
All right.
Anyway, so everyone roll perception checks. Those that went to this estate.
Dun, dun, dun.
25.
25. Yeah.
I don't even know why I roll these days.
22.
22.
10!
10. Presidentation.
10! 10!
19.
19. So 19, 25,
22.
22. So basically everyone on this side of the table. You notice the front door is unlocked. Especially those that were 19, 20, and 22. And it's awfully quiet right now. There's still those guards that are currently at the front gates that open up the doors for you. Quinn, though a person of nature.
By the way, Quinn's still painted. I didn't bother with Preston.
Okay, yeah, you're still
Leaving paint footprints.
Literally leaving paint footprints. And you stop because you look over to the garden that's in front of the estate. And this is actually poetic that you are the one to notice this because you're a man of nature. You immediately know that there's essentially ruffled foliage off to the side, and you look over to your right in front of the estate, and you notice this distinct smell of burning plant matter. That it's like wet, but the plant matter got hit with something very, very hot, and it burst into flames, and then quickly went out due to being too wet. So it has that more of a
Singed seaweed.
yeah, a little bit like that, but you know. And you notice that there's a object that kind of looks like they crash landed, not like a meteor kind of thing, but definitely
Like
held-
someone threw something into the garden?
Yeah, kind of. That's maybe about 10 feet in diameter,
Am I able to
and
do
it's
that?
currently covered over hastily with fallen material.
Okay.
Oh, you can't tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to
Put the bow around the kobold's head and pull him past the garden.
Do I see this as well?
No, you notice that the front door is unlocked and your senses kick in. It's like the front door is never unlocked.
Hook, like around the horns, lift up, point towards it. What is that?
Hand.
Doors open. Doors open.
Do I know what it is?
Currently, it's covered in a bunch of
I think
shrubbery.
I know what it is.
I mean, you're currently 15 feet away.
Actually, I know.
You can go touch it if you want.
You can't trip on this water?
But with a...
We don't have one.
She has it and she walked away.
No, I turned him into a fountain. I did not take it.
I'm 7 feet tall. Do they only make 10 feet?
Oh, my begonias!
I'm thinking, how did you attach that? Where did she get sovereign glue? And he's trying to pull the decanter up.
I only do consensual vandalism.
We need to work on that. I don't know.
Doors.
It's covered by green foliage.
I can't believe you're just...
Make an investigation check from a
I was
distance.
gonna say I was gonna walk over. I'm marching over there
Okay, yeah,
and
so-
clearing it off. So I'll roll investigation.
This is without touching it, of course.
I'm going to attempt to hide in your bushes.
That'll do.
Yep, that'll do.
What'd you
Okay,
get?
but not in the bushes that has been tampered with.
Yes.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
It's only 26.
I got a 25.
25, 26. Yeah, as you get closer and closer, you realize that it's made of...
That's not 20.
Sorry, 31 actually.
Jesus!
That's not 20.
Okay, well, I'm going to describe it and then we'll get to Quinn.
Yeah.
Special
So,
description.
Venice. It takes you a few moments because it's been hastily been covered up, and having something covered up is like you're seeing parts of it. You're seeing a little bit of wood, a little bit of metal, a little bit of a reflective glass that's almost in like a dome shape. And you quickly figure out, even though it's been covered in plants that have kind of grown over it quickly, like a spell has been cast to have it grow over fast, hastily trying to stop it.
You can't rush marigolds. The blooms never look right.
Yeah, that's exactly what you say. And you realize this is actually a small little one-person spelljammer. You notice that there are tracks on the floor of a, with a nat 20 with your set in skills, gonna make a survival check.
It's an escape pod. I think.
Essentially, yeah, kind of.
24.
24, yeah. You don't know what kind of species, but like a medium-sized,
Is it
roughly
Fey
200
fiend?
draconic.
Okay. I don't think they're one of my favorite enemies.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Draconic.
Okay.
But you
But
do
you've
recognize
learned
the
something.
scaly feet with the
Did you
talons
invite
that have
friends?
stepped through the shrubbery in around the back that looked into one of the windows and then went to the front door
Okay.
with the slight little pieces of dirt and
Alright, so something draconic. So a lizard. Alright, so it's gonna fix this garden, or I'm getting a new statue. Pulls out the skinning knife.
the long skinny knife.
Vanic's still trying to get this cane out of his horns.
It was my bow. I looked over.
Take this.
Stealth.
Yeah, we're going looking.
21. You're pretty stealth.
I'm going looking for this thing. I'm following.
I'm not
the
stealth.
track.
Yeah, you follow the tracks. You go straight to the front door. It literally did a beat off to the window. Looked in. It looks like it looked inside, and you can see the little scuffs from the talons on the windowsill that looked inside.
Open the door.
You make a perception check real quick as Sparks approaches the door.
Perception 24.
24. You notice a couple of bodies on the floor that looks like part of the side room kitchenette area, the butler's pantry.
Do we have staff?
Yes,
We do.
you do.
Did we have staff?
We did. I hope we still do.
You see a couple of boots. Like, you don't see the body, but you see, like, the feet.
I hope we still do.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch the door, you're a strong man. Forged. As soon as you hit the door, it is incredibly heavy, as if you're pushing a heavy stone door itself as you begin to push forward, and there's like a sucking, whooshing sound, even though there's a crack into it, as you can see white streaks of air going from inside to outside, billowing everything that you have as you see the rest. And Vedic, you can be somewhere nearby as you're seeing sparks do this, as a brilliant white light internally pushing towards you, blinding you as you push it slowly open.
It's not opening into the house.
This door's we're inside. Oh,
he's opening the front door.
He's opening the door to the house. Sorry, I thought we got in the house and he was opening the door back to outside, like he had crashed in our.
You're still in the
atrium
front
or
yard. You were still in the front, front
in my
yard
garden.
of the
It didn't
estate.
crash in the atrium. It crashed on the or it landed or whatever out in the gardens outside.
I use my free daily use of Speak with Plants to apologize to the plants and tell them that I will avenge them.
A couple of them are crying. And there's like, really? That guy was an asshole. As he's mentioning over to the guy that got fucking blasted.
Yeah, nobody liked that begonia.
They're always so high and mighty of themselves.
They're so high maintenance. You even look at them wrong.
And as soon as you open the door to the main foyer of the estate, at the top of the stairs of this staircase that goes up and over into the second story of this estate, there is the entity of brilliant light that seems to be emanating the source of this very, you felt this before, holy energy. A different type of holy, celestial being kind of stuff that is emanating just raw force of magical capabilities that is currently just venting out everything that is just its presence, its aura. And you can be looking through the doorway as well to see this along with the rest of you. You have high enough perception just to look over the door instead of being the guy that literally goes, huh? Kind of situation. You're just seeing a brilliant white light, like freaking the poltergeist, you know.
Okay.
I was thinking Ghostbusters, where the thing opens up and there's the.
Kind of like that. And you see a 7-foot tall, slender, draconic woman in fine robes with a horn that seems to spiral upwards in various dramatic loops and twirls and elegant forms that all seem to be holding motes of light, of arcane prowess or singularities, with a staff that is elegantly turning and spiraling of liquid gold metal. A draconic presence that you, Vedic, you already know. Those of the dragon realm, those of dragons, automatically know when they look upon a a form of the queen. It is one of the things being titled of the queens of queens. You see the queen eternal, the draconic queen known as...
This her? Hey!
Door's kind of heavy.
Fucked up my garden. That's strike one.
And you don't want to know what happens when you get to strike three. As you look... I'll give you the name in a moment. As the Queen Eternal, this raw force of nature, of sorcerer capabilities, begins to walk down as you all stop and look on. As soon as she takes the first step on the stairs, she eats shit.
What?
And you hear,
So I'm watching the strobe light go.
and as soon as she hits the floor, it seems like she went from 7 foot, 6 foot, 5 foot, 4 foot, 3 foot, and lands at the base of the stairs on the hump, and there's just fabric all over the place. Lights went out. And she kind of stands, kind of takes a moment at standing up with his robes. And this brilliant, almost fluorescent blues and purples with almost an underhue of gold spackering underneath the scales themselves of a draconic dragonborn about 5 foot in height. Horns that curl around in almost a cute...
like pigtails.
A little bit.
Horns.
Yeah, pig horns. With brilliant hue eyes of slits and wings that are upon her back that almost of butterfly wings. But they are definitely draconic in nature. And she stands up, and you still see the aura of the queen.
I see why you like them short.
I have questions.
I'm
And
at
that's
the front
what
door.
happens when you do a deception check with a natural 1.
I'm at the front door now.
So, not her?
And she goes, well, fuck me. Hi. And she steps forward, hi, and goes up to you. Hi.
I still have questions.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do, but I know what I am, but I'm not really her. Well, I'm kind of her, but I'm not her. But I am, but I'm not. Does that make sense?
I don't think it has a neck for you to ring. It only looks like it.
It's probably not wise.
Okay, first
It wouldn't
question.
be the first time I chose
Before
a
that
lady,
first
but the other
question-
time was consensual.
I have a question. It's not a question. It's more like a representative, and she immediately hugs you.
Should I close
Like, the feet are sort of just
Yeah,
kicking.
and this draconic individual is wide. It's 5 foot wide individual, as if it's like, put on a little bit chub kind of situation, even though she's a lizard.
I like him
She gave
big.
a fresh-
I like him big.
You're down with the thickness?
He just kind of holds you.
3 C's.
I've been stalking you like a hawk, and I've been waiting for this moment.
Anyone else feel uncomfortable in this room right now?
Wildly.
Why are you still here?
I'm gonna teach Becky how to make slushies.
Is she braiding your ears?
He just kind of squeezes, hold, and then puts you down.
No, I wasn't done yet.
And holds you tightly. You smell like bread.
I know.
I usually smell like sourdough, and I don't need a spell.
No. The term is yeast.
You walk around and you just
The term is yeast. That is how you smell.
You okay?
It's like, don't die, you feed me.
Kind of just rocks you back and forth, almost like a toddler.
Okay,
on
Should I close the door?
Okay.
So am I skinning it? What is happening here?
No, it's fine. Okay,
Oh,
I still have questions.
What's your questions, dear? I can always. Well,
Should I close the door? Still holding it.
yes. How you're tall? I like tall people.
If she tries to hug me,
taller.
she's gonna be leaking.
He's not actually that tall. He looks much taller than he
I
is.
brought drinks. Well, I did bring drinks. They kind of burnt up.
What?
What about the
I brought
body hit the
muffins.
floor?
You want a muffin?
I just
Remember the muffins?
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna
want a
go
muffin.
check on the downed people.
She
Yes.
brings out a basket and presents horribly baked muffins, like horribly.
These are the
overcooked.
best goddamn muffins I've ever eaten in my life.
They're pretty bad.
What?
Make an intelligence check.
Really? Pass one over. Pass one over.
Interesting choices. Is that raisin and pumpkin?
Mealworm?
Mealworm?
No, some kind of gourd. I think.
Just a straight up intelligence check.
Straight up intelligence.
Some kind of gourd.
Checking on the bodies on the floor.
14.
We'll get to that in a moment. But 14.
Yeah.
I think she baked them on
I've
re-entry.
never experienced red.
On the hull of the ship.
I've never experienced red meat in baked good form.
So, yeah, they're terrible, horribly cooked. And you know that she's been a good cooker, at least. And you remember, and you distinctly smell the cinnamon and also draconic. Basically, you okay?
So, no. Go on.
Draconic lavender
so
that has
dry.
been just packed with this muffin. And it
So much
reminds you of muffins that you've had upon the first royal meeting with the queen herself.
Okay, so
Yeah.
why are you here?
I mean, like Quinn, he holds it over like Quinn reaches over and prestidigitates it to taste good.
Nope.
It still makes your stomach boil a little bit.
Resist poison.
Purify food and drink. It's just good.
That one.
You get inside and go out to the side kitchen, and you just hear 3 elves on the floor.
They were given the muffins too. So, what? Why? Why are you here? What is this? What is this?
And what are you gesturing? Her?
Who are you?
Well, this is belly fat, and also, I don't know how dragons can have tits, but I got tits.
Snitties. The word you're looking for is snitties.
So that's that. So now my turn. I like this exchange of questions. So
Often you make me regret the last 2.5 years.
So now it's my turn.
I know.
Why do you smell like bread? Of all the choices, why bread? I love it.
It's because I know you like it. Wait, you always
I do like bread. I'm a carb person.
Carbivore. Leave no carb behind. Look, that's why the muffins.
That's why she's the muffin top.
So
I resemble that reminder.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Well, I never really left.
I beg to differ.
I have a question.
Well,
What? Oh, I'm scared. What's your question?
Who is that?
Does the royal je ne sais quoi not give it away? Does the celestial aura not bring to mind conjurations?
I'm not the queen.
I know that.
So we've established.
So
one
who
thing.
are you?
Well, I am her, but I'm not her. Does that make sense?
A manifestation,
Gonna make
a
it all sound
projection, an avatar, an errant personality flake.
Finally, fucking 25. There we go.
At 25, and she kind of looks at me like, you know what? You're a smart man. How about this? Look into my
Wrong
eyes.
on all counts.
Look up into my eyes.
Oh no.
Look into my eye.
And it takes a few moments because making direct eye contact to a person that you did what you did.
Yeah.
It's a little awkward, especially for this long of a duration without even seeing or talking to her. And you look into your eyes, and you know for a fact that this is her, but it's not her. As you look into the eyes, the windows into the soul, and also the windows of the arcane, the weave, and you notice that it's very shallow.
You're
And you remember,
Bobby? Simulacrum. Splinter?
and with a DC 25, you recognize a greater manifestation of a mental shard.
Avatar.
This is essentially,
bits
you know,
that
when you
like
have that ability to.
last bits that
Yeah. You know your capability, your spell, that you're able to remove a memory
Sure.
and give it to someone else.
Yep.
This
all
is
of
the
the
same
pleasant
thing,
memories of
but it is of greater things. It's a part of the queen's mind that has been removed and then has manifested into a physical form, and is now running amok separately. And it is depicting the parts that it was removed. Meaning, like, if it removes love, that'll be what it be. If it removes,
So you're saying she's out of her mind?
It's a
Wah, wah, wah,
I am not
wah.
in my mind. I am.
she's
As far as it took me a little while to know this, but
a rogue thought.
I am a lot of the queen's love for you, and a lot of romantic attachments that I've had after
Rogue thought.
your little
Yeah. Let's not go into
tantrum.
it.
So she shed you.
Right? That's exactly what I'm thinking. Which means the greater personality that is coming here is not going to be happy to see
Oh
me.
no, yeah. Well, I noticed when I was watching you that you just, when you dispelled it and everything, she was looking at you, yeah. But I was also looking at you because I keep
Yeah.
you were speaking to me. I thought it would be simpler if we meet this way than having this conversation through limited spell capabilities.
Okay.
So, good and bad news. She is on her way here.
And
Take it as you will.
News.
That's the,
To the whiteboard.
News.
to the whiteboard.
Queen on way.
Crush his pen.
All right.
Shit.
We have we have to get here to invent anti-aircraft.
So the reason
I am
why
an
I'm
anti-aircraft
here,
weapon.
do you want to take a sip? I was.
Oh, I
having the
think I
best
need to
cup
sit
of
down at
tea.
this point.
Yeah, I was having the best cup of tea. It makes me so fond of my other loves.
What did you just write?
Imminent.
Imminent Dragon Queen.
Oh, that's imminent
She
engagement.
doesn't know where you are
Imminent engagement.
yet. And you've been
Yep.
very quiet until recently. I loved the statue, by the way. It was so cute. Until you became a fish. That was a little weird. But I love fish. You know, the fish, some people say they have aftertaste with the fish, but honestly, I'm all for that. What were we talking about? Would you like some tea?
Yes, please.
It takes a horribly overbrewed.
I say no. I'll
cup
make
of
it. I'll
tea.
make it. I'll make it. I'll make it. It's good.
Oh, dear, I haven't seen you in 100,000 years, or even more. I honestly, I'm making up numbers. That I haven't been able to do anything for you. Let me do something for you.
Oh no. I'm literally drinking tea. That's none of my business.
All right. All right. So, what did you come to say?
Well, I'm here to help you. I'm here to let you know before the Queen of Queens comes over, because if that happens, that's, well,
You die.
what the voice in the sky said.
When
One of the fairies. Well,
when is she going to be here?
Well, that's the thing. Time's a little weird when you are having a bunch of, future scene dragons that are now, our parallel conclave. They're really angry because they're hearing you laugh all the goddamn time now. Across all time and space now. And now they need to find you to basically rewrite every plan they've ever made.
You are the Cuisance mother.
No one suspects the Spanish Inquisition.
And something about breaking one of her very expensive... Something very expensive broke on that.
I'm sure it was broken when I got there.
Sure.
You fucked up the Bene Gesserit prophecy, and you are the
And
Cuisance mother.
when she arrives, she's probably gonna see the corruptive influences of the enemy draconic realms.
The enemy.
Somewhere or within the various leaders of Laurentian Empire.
I'm sorry, what?
And she'll probably do a scorched earth policy from orbit.
And
that's-
she means it.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you've seen a couple of times before. It's better
Hold
that way.
Run that by me one more time. I hear scorched earth. I hear demonic corruption.
I said nothing about
Draconic corruption. What?
Yeah.
Scorched earth. What?
Well, and she brings out a couple of papers.
So the Emerald Enclave.
What?
Look, you continue.
I'm gonna take a guess. Has something to do with a certain very, very old green dragon whose Cheerios I pissed in on a regular basis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, well.
I just was gathering a bunch of information because I got a lot of time. I look at you, and I gotta keep tabs on you, dear. You make a lot of messes, and I gotta go clean up after you. All right?
Factions, thank you. There are factions in the Celestial Dragon Chorus Choir, or whatever you like. And apparently one of them does not particularly like me at this moment.
Well,
Did you piss off the Sopranos? Or the
in that case, and she points a couple of shapes that are across multiple different businesses, different letters that have been copied down and hastily written over, and various symbols that are representations and background artistry of banners and working businesses. The thing that piece of wood that hangs in front of the shop, I can't remember the name.
Something board?
Yeah, the messenger board, whatever that thing. And she highlights a draconic symbol, a very ancient draconic symbol that keeps popping up across all of Rosian culture.
What are the odds?
Yeah. Well, and also a little bit of digging and translation is essentially, and you can read it too, it's essentially the symbolic meaning of something about the onyx board.
Onyx Horde?
Board.
Board.
Yeah. Like a whiteboard, but just the onyx board.
So the blackboard.
It's a blackboard.
So the whiteboard,
I'm sorry,
it's a blackboard.
I'm a child.
It's onyx.
Hence
It's
the
black.
giggling across time that has pissed me.
Well, I've done a lot of digging, but it seems to be much older than me. But you are older than myself, so I was wondering if you knew anything. Because as soon as the queen gets even a whiff of this, and she will, either her or her entourage, she will not like what she sees. And I don't know what you did, but there's a lot of foreboding futures in ahead of you. Or past you? It's weird.
We know 1 or 7 years from now. That's it.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot about that. I don't get it.
You'd be the first.
So this Onyx board has been interfering with Verosian history.
I'm going to roll a history check.
Ooh, sorry. Banging in stuff.
Yes, you are.
Natural 20, which brings it up to
Jesus Christ.
25, 36.
Okay. You get the entire history of this.
Yay!
Okay. So, the Onyx board is one of a faction that is actually of the Kaitis of Vorictis, which is actually the enemy faction of the Golden Throne, that is the Dragon Queen and her parallel universe, demi-plane. But it's been destroyed long ago, and the Onyx board is actually a faction of chromatic dragons that was in charge of secretly a secret meeting, a board of our directors that explicitly dealt with information gathering and espionage with the face of the secret police to the high throne that was normally a red dragon.
It's the Gestapo.
Yeah. It was theoretically destroyed
Theoretically.
I know, I helped!
many years ago, when you actually were still in your true form. And specifically, you remember this so well, so aptly, because it was actually the head of the leader of that faction was a particular green lizard bitch that you named before. Known as the Venom Tongue of Old.
Only pissed in her cornflakes.
Right.
TTRPG. And I can spell that if you wish.
I think I've got it.
Okay. She's supposed to be dead.
Very dead.
Like, dead. Like,
Doornail dead.
yeah. So you remember all of that.
Okay, so they're still around? And we need to hunt them down?
Well, that's concerning. I don't know what they're doing, but they seem to be deeply engrossed in Verosian territory, doing something. I don't know. Haven't really spotted them down. But I was wondering if you happen to have any also suspicions on where she might be, because
She's supposed to be dead, in the ground, rotting in a cave somewhere.
well, you just said her name and also the leader of the organization. But it might not be her. Unless you have suspicions of it.
Dracolich?
Drake? What?
Oh god, I hope.
I really hope that's not the case.
Dracolich?
Draco. Oh no.
Drake the Dracolich?
Alright.
A Dracolich is one of the worst abominations I've ever imagined, and even I, wonderful love, don't love it.
She's got a point. Alright. Alright. We've got some time before she gets here.
Yeah,
I hope.
yeah.
Is time relative in this reality?
We can...
Realm?
Now, if you do happen to leave this domain, she will most likely follow you, and you don't have to worry about it. But that would mean that you would have to leave everything that you've ever built together. But that's your choice.
Very partial to the beers that we've got stashed in the back. That's not an option.
The whiskey will be ready next spring.
Sorry, those are gone.
What?
That's it.
That's it! Blow the scorched earth!
I just imagine that
I
you've
got
already
thirsty.
planted the C4, so you just push levers.
Question. When we say scorched earth of the Barosian Empire, does that mean the entirety of everything, or just the Barosian Empire?
Why?
Anything that's connected, so pretty much anything on this landmass.
Benedict,
What?
we were supposed to stop
Ragnarok?
things from getting worse, but this is not getting better. This is like blowing more things up. We blew a mountain up. Now we're gonna blow up a fucking continent.
We had a chance to kill a Tarask. We don't really have a chance to take care of this.
Oh! Is that why? Oh
He
dear.
didn't blow up now.
Alright. Oh, is
That was
this
the-
why you're
that was the
chasing that
threats.
little dream of yours?
A dream?
I don't know what she's talking about. What little dream?
Like the thing, the reason why you got in the business of the true queen caused her to lose all a bunch of grief and started mentally cutting herself up to try to make herself better?
Fairly certain I succeeded. I'm still here.
Yes, but you were doing it in the face so that you could find something?
I'm lost.
Was
What?
this the getting something out of somebody's hoard thing?
Something about the timekeepers, the
Oh.
eye of chronology?
Oh,
Chronology?
yeah. No, I'm not worried about that anymore.
Really?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I'm positive it's myth.
Oh, hold on. If you really... So you did that entire uprising just on a myth?
Yeah.
Turns
Sounds like
out-
Medic.
And he sure is miffed about it.
It sounds like Medic. Medic?
I
Medic.
love you, dear, but...
This is
Wow, that's a
joke
fuck
episode.
up!
Yeah. So let's ignore that for a moment.
I really can't ignore that. That was like the reason why it was made. Or
We're
removed.
come again now.
What was removed?
I was removed.
For what?
She was having a lot of grief and she...
Oh, that.
Remove
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll get to.
Bring
I'll
yourself-
get to that in a minute.
I'll wait patiently.
I doubt that too.
You know me well.
Guys, we need to go to Verosia.
What for?
As saviors or as conquerors? Because really, it's just a different outfit for me.
So, okay, wait.
And do we need to, does Drake have anything to do with this?
I believe
know.
so. I'm connecting some dots.
Okay.
Oh God!
What's that book he had?
Oh.
Oh.
I was so ready. I'm connecting some dots here. Look, a giraffe.
What was the name of that one thing? The something? Chronological something?
The eve of chronology.
Chronology.
Eve, as in item, or
Meaning,
Time.
it's draconic and it's a little weird in common.
It's old Ignan.
And draconic is more of a representation of the end of step-by-step time. In theory, and what he was chasing and so adamantly, wanting to chase after this myth is to find this planet-sized construct of draconic celestial beings that was able to rewrite the very meaning of time. Go anywhere.
Oh, we do not want you to have that.
so.
But it's been lost for, long time.
What did Drake say? This prevented them from creating something to end all of time or something. Something
No,
to that effect.
it's the...
Drake
Those
says
are
it.
on it. The chronological order of time does not mean a thing. You can live in tomorrow forever.
I, as a player, have more knowledge about the book and the Drake's thing, and it's just.
So why do we need to go to the Verosian Empire?
Because
The dragon Gestapo.
there's a dragon Gestapo running things and ruining things, the Drag Gestapo.
Dragon Gestapo. Gadraco? No.
Drag Gestapo.
Dragon Gestapo. We'll go with Dragon Gestapo.
Has been-
Spelljammer, it's a little rusty, by the way, but
The pixies are working on it. Oh, by the way, don't pet the squirrels.
what?
Don't pet the squirrels.
I made meat out of the squirrels. That's why I have this pie.
What the
I think we get some more
The
fairies.
squirrels were rust monsters that had been polymorphed.
I don't think she cares.
That's why
It just means they popped and became tropical squirrels as far as she's concerned.
that's why the muffins taste like they're so tangy.
Alright. Because the Dragstapo are in Vrosia and they're screwing everything up. And when the queen gets here, now she's coming here for me, but I can solve that. When the queen gets here, she's gonna notice that the Dragstapo is doing its thing over there, and she's going to make us all dead.
So that's where the scorched earth comes in.
Theoretically, unless you, one, run a different direction and just get captured over there, or let yourself die over there, I'll be there with you to hold your hand, don't worry.
I'm just
You are not helpful right now, dear.
So
I think
I don't like that path. I understand it's a possible future. I don't like where that goes, nor do I like where it goes in 7 years. However, in your little prophecy book, does it say anywhere we die in the next 7 years?
You consult the bones.
It's possible. It's more like an if-else sort of thing, you know? If the star falls on the 68th day, the king will be born with webbed feet. That's sort of how prophecy works.
I've been doing star charts too.
connecting the dots.
So,
fuck.
how do we prevent this fucky thing from happening? And what is our time frame?
You ever kill a dragon?
Several, yes.
Okay.
We're going to do that
it
again, and again, and again, and again.
Bigger.
The entire society
meaner
of
than-
dragons.
I'm going to need a bigger gun.
You're gonna need another life.
They have mushrooms for that. It's fine.
Well, if you want,
Womp.
You want what?
if you want,
Uh-huh.
you're one seer, and I know you're very good at what you do.
I'm the best at what I do.
I know. But I'm also part seer as well. What if we look together?
I mean, she's got access to the juice that I don't have anymore. All right. Why not?
Is no one gonna touch that?
Well, now we're gonna go to break. We're talking about the juices you don't have. Till next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you in a moment, Tom.
Keep on rolling.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye!
I cannot help but notice the world is not the same as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane. For what's beyond the veil, too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll. The gods look down on us, we're just a game to them. Eldritch monstrosities at their unholy whim. But we will stand up, we'll shout a battle cry. The future beckons us and we'll stand unified. There's something coming and it's coming fast. You won't be frightened by the dead hand of the